Hello, this is a orientation video for first years for the BA in World Music. Who am I? I am Dr. Matthew Noone, and I am the course director of the BA in World Music. I have a background in a variety of musics, including electronica, rock music, West African drumming, Indian classical, Indonesian gamelan, and improvisation. I am a lecturer in world music here in the Irish World Academy. I'm also an ensemble leader. I run Indian classical music and cross-cultural ensembles. And I'm mainly responsible for organizing the timetable for the BA music and coordinating the whole course. My role with first years and with all the BA World Music students is to offer you guidance and support in helping you get the most out of the course and to keep you engaged. So by giving you direction, by giving you encouragement, and also keeping in touch with you whenever you're having any difficulties. My role is to support you to progress through the semester without too many hiccups, to progress on to second semester, and to get through our first year with as much enjoyment as possible. I'm always available via email, matthew.noone@ul.ie, or if you're on campus and you can't find me in the corridors or on the stairs, please come to my office on level 2, 010. My door is always open. So, a little bit about the undergraduate programs in the Irish World Academy. There are actually 5 BAs, 5 different independent but interlinked BA programs. There's the BA in Contemporary Dance, there's a BA in Irish Dance, BA in Irish Music, the BA in Voice, and of course the BA in World Music. So, the BA in World Music is a course where students study diverse musical traditions from around the world. In this course, students have the opportunity to develop their own practice, whatever that is, as well as develop new practices from around the world and integrate them into their current musical experience. Students learn from a range of musical styles, including popular and classical music. We also include some jazz in there, some rock music. We even have a metal or doom metal ensemble. We also explore Javanese gamelan, West African drumming and dance traditions, and Indian classical music. As well as this performance-based element of the course, we also explore the histories and cultural contexts of these diverse global musical practices. And this is really important to integrate the sort of musical performance-based element of music with the thinking around it and how these musics exist in various cultures and what they mean. Students have access to a world-class teaching staff of a variety of tutors and also visiting performers and academics who come through the academy. It's really quite a vibrant place. So, before the semester begins, a couple of important things to do. Firstly, register for your modules. And in your first semester or first year, you will have 5 modules. So you must register for 5 modules. You must also register for a UL student email. And that's really important because that's the main way that we will communicate all information to you. You must also register for an elective. So there's 5 modules. 4 of those are core modules, which you don't get to have a choice in. And then there's a 5th module, which is an elective, which you have to choose before the semester begins. I will email you a draft timetable in orientation week, week 0. And then a final timetable will be given to you in person in week 1. I will notify you at least 2 weeks before orientation week of when our first classes will be starting. We operate Monday to Friday, but our classes are not from 9 to 5. They vary in times each semester. But it's good to consider that you will be starting on Monday of the first week of week 1. But I will give you that information via email before orientation week. Please do not rely on the central timetable through the UL website because that will be misleading. It won't match the timetable that I will be giving you in orientation week. The academy is independently timetabled. That's because of all of the practical work that we do inside the building, which is not timetabled by the university itself. So please wait to hear from me. That's the main thing to remember. So a bit about your modules that you'll be taking. As I mentioned, there are four core modules each semester. There's two which are performance-based and two which are more academic focused. And there's always an elective, a fifth module each semester. And that elective can be either performance-based or it may be academic. So for example, in semester one, in your first year, you'll be taking a module called Performance 1A and Practicum C1. These are very much musical performance-based modules, practical modules that you'll be doing in the academy. Then we have World Music and Dance and Irish Music and Dance, which are academic modules. So that will be a lecture, a tutorial, some reading, some writing of essays. So they're more contextual academic modules. And then you also need to choose your elective. Similarly, in semester two, you will have Performance 2A and Practicum C2, again, your performance-based modules. Then you will have Western Music and Dance and Popular Music and Dance, your academic subjects. And then you will have a fifth module, again, an elective. So the two academic modules in first semester are actually called Critical Encounters with Music and Dance. One is Irish Music and Dance, and one is Critical Encounters with Music and Dance, World Music and Dance. I actually teach the World Music and Dance module where we look at music from all around the world with lots of lecture demonstrations from visiting artists. And there will be things to read, things to discuss, and usually essays to write. In semester two, you will have again this idea of critical encounters with Western music and dance, and then popular music and dance. These modules are really important, and attendance is essential to all of them, to all the lectures, all the tutorials. It's very important that you read the assigned readings each week and that you're ready to discuss what you've read outside of the class and what you've heard in the lectures, to discuss that with your fellow students. And there will always be some sort of writing task. Sometimes it will be in class, a sort of guided writing, or sometimes there will be assignments outside of class where you'll need to have done some writing and some thinking. These are modules that are designed to help you think about music and dance in new ways. So then your performance modules, you have two each semester. As I mentioned, one of them is called Performance 1A. And inside this module, there are a variety of smaller classes. So in Performance 1A, you get your first instrument lessons, which is your one-to-one lessons on your main instrument, whatever instrument that you auditioned with when you came for your audition day. And you'll also get to choose a second instrument, what we call a world instrument. And that will be from a small variety of instruments that you probably have never played before that we have here in the Academy that are also designed to help you broaden your musical knowledge. And these two classes are worth 40 and 20% of your overall grade for this module. There's also a theory class that will happen in this module, and there is a reflective practice where you'll be writing about your performance practice. So all of those four classes make up that one module. Practicum C2, C1 is a collaboration module where you're making music in collaboration with others. So we have a pop ensemble in first semester, we'll have an early music ensemble in first semester, and we'll have a world ensemble, which will be a combination of some Javanese gamelan and some Indian classical music. Then you will also get to choose an extra ensemble from a variety of other classes that will be happening within the academy. Then in semester two, it's a very similar format. We have your performance and practicum modules again. You have your first instrument, you have your world instrument. You can choose a new world instrument if you wish, or you can stick with the same one. There'll be more theory classes, more reflective practice. And then in our practicum module, you'll have pop ensemble again, although different repertoire. You'll have early music ensemble, but again, different repertoire, maybe focusing more on Middle Eastern early music. There'll be a world ensemble. Again, this will change slightly from first semester where we'll be doing some gamelan and some West African music. and then there'll be a choice ensemble. Then your elective, your fifth module that you need to choose, is a variety of, so it comes from a variety of classes that are operated within the academy, or some of them are operated in the arts and humanities faculty. So there are hip hop and dance classes, there's a songwriting elective, there's an advanced ensemble elective, there's improvisation electives, and then there's also arts and humanities electives like languages, French, Japanese, or German, sociology, folklore, English. The one thing about the elective is that you need to make sure that it will fit in with your timetable. And sometimes you might not, the elective that you want to do might not work because of the timetable that you have from within the academy. And we'll discuss that more in orientation week. But just to give you a sense of that's the kind of electives you can choose from. So, some overall guidelines just to be really primed for when you arrive in the academy. Most importantly, punctual attendance is crucial for all of your classes, for all your academic classes, and all of your performance, one-to-one lessons, and your ensembles. Please do not be late. Arrive on time. That means before class begins. So if your class is at 1 o'clock, then be there at 10 to 1, ready to start for 1 o'clock. Our classes usually finish a little bit before the hour so that you have time to move to your next class so that you are not late. This is a really, really crucial part of making the best of your time in the academy. Excused absences must be notified in advance of class. So if you have a serious reason that you can't be in an academic class or a performance class, you must notify myself and also your tutor or your lecturer in advance of the class. Please do that via email, not just by saying it in person to someone so that there is a record of it. Otherwise, you'll be marked down as absent in your class. Unexcused absences will result in the failure of a class, particularly in our performance-based classes. That's really important. If you are not there for our ensembles, you will not be able to pass that class. If you miss your one-to-one tuition for your lessons, for your instrument lessons, then you will not be able to pass that class. It's incredibly important that you stay in touch and attend all classes. If for some reason there is an external circumstance that is making it hard for you to get to class, then you stay in touch with me and talk to your course director. That's really, really important. And never be afraid to ask for support. If there is something going on that is making it difficult for you to be engaged with your studies for a time being, then come to me for support or for some guidance, because that's my role. So some final thoughts. You'll need to bring your instruments in the first week, and there are lockers available. You can register for them, and then you can keep your instruments safe when you're in the academy. Bring a headphone with a 1/4-inch jack. That will be for your keyboard lessons, your keyboard theory lessons, and also for any recording technology classes that we're doing. Bring something to write with, writing tools, pen, and a notebook, not just for your academic classes, but for your ensembles and your one-to-one lessons. We often write down arrangements and things in our notebooks, so that's very, very important. And also a laptop. You'll need a laptop, Word, a PC or a Mac, doesn't matter. Something with a word processor and preferably with some sort of basic recording technology on there as well. We don't use phones in class. Do not bring them into your ensembles. Do not bring them into your one-to-ones. Do not bring them into your lectures. They're not needed. Please don't use them to take notes. Bring a notebook and a pen instead. Or if you must, for some reason, if you prefer to type, then bring a laptop if you want to take notes that way, but no phones in class. Check your emails daily. Once you get your student email, very important that you check them daily and then respond to any UL emails that you receive. All information will be through your emails. Any changes to timetables or updates to classes will all be done through email. So check that regularly and keep in touch. Don't forget to use the library. It's an amazing resource. A lot of the reading material you will be asked to read for your academic subjects will be available through the library. So use that resource. and practice, practice, practice. Um, the Academy is an amazing building. Many of you would have been here before. It has incredible rehearsal rooms, which also you can book. You register online and can book them. Use your spare time or your time when you're not in class to practice and get the most out of your experience here in the Academy. Lastly, keep in touch. Keep in touch via email. If you have any questions after you've watched this video, please send me an email, matthew.noone@ul.ie. Keep in touch throughout the semester, particularly in the first 6 weeks, the first sort of half of the semester where you're getting used to everything. Keep in touch if you see me in person. Ask me a question in the corridor or on the stairs, or come to my office if you want to have a private chat about anything. That's really, really important. And lastly, you can follow us on social media. I'm on Instagram, Matthew Noone Music. Also, the Irish World Academy has a really good Instagram page. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for your time.